Question number 2. Another question from 3A people. Check the question. It says, Mr. Akash is owning a residential house property whose MV, FR and SR are given to you. 1,60,000, 1,70,000 and 1,90,000. People, whichever is MV versus FR is 170 versus SR is 190. Therefore, answer is 170. The house has 2 independent units given to you. Unit 1 is used for purpose of profession and unit 2 is used for the purpose of business. Someone notice this question? This was your mock question. This was your fortnight question. Your major problem most of them did is unit 1 they look it as SOP. Unit 1 is PGBP. Unit 1 is PGBP. So everything relating to unit 1 ignored. Everything relating to unit 1 is ignored. You will take unit 2 alone. In unit 2, 75% of the area you let out for residential rent of 8,500. People, 1,70,000 you took. 1,70,000 into 75% will give you. So 127,500 is your expected rent. Is your expected rent. I collected a rent of 8,500 rupees. 1 lakh? 2,500. I'm a bad person. I will take ER as my GAV. I'll take my expected rent as my GAV. Municipal taxes are given as 8% of municipal value. People, municipal values for both the properties. I need only 75%. So 75% of that will give you 12 lakh 30 1,20,000 into 8% will give you the number. Now notice people carefully. Next line says the following payments have been made in the house property during the year. Now if this question was only HP question, I don't care. Unfortunately this question says you have to compute GTI. With the question getting GTI, people, whatever expenses you have will now get apportioned to PGBP also. Light and water charges I will allow 25% in PGBP. Repairs 1,45,000 I'll allow 25% in PGBP. Interest on loan taken for repairs is 36,000. People, 25 is allowed in PGBP. 75 is allowed in HP. Akash has taken a loan of 5 lakh rupees in July 2018 for construction of the property. I took it in July 2018. Construction was completed on 30th June 2021. There is a pre-construction interest. From what period, people? From 1st July 2018 to 21. Very good. 31st March 21 will be my period. For this period, I will get my interest, which will be allocated over 5 years. Starting from 21-22. So 21-22, 22-23, 23-24, 24-25. I am in 4th year of operations. I will get pre-construction interest. But again, people, the pre-construction interest not just pertains to house, it also pertains to business. And therefore, you will again allocate both the expenses in the ratio of. He paid interest on loan at the rate of 12% and every month such interest was paid. No repayment of loan so far. So therefore, no changes in interest. This is what the computation is. Income of Akash from profession is given as 8 lakh rupees. This is your starting point before you claim all your business expenses, but it says without debiting house rent, which is what you're doing right now, and other incidental expenses including admissible depreciation of 8,000 on the portion of house used for profession. So they're saying, people, because the house is used for profession, obviously it's a capital asset, I need to claim that depreciation amount is, which can be claimed as a deduction. You're required to compute the GTI. Yes or no? Yes. So what and all will happen in PGBP, people? In PGBP, I'll get some claims. Claim number 1, municipal tax. Claim number 2, light and water, repairs, interest on loan, pre-construction interest, also depreciation. All these amounts will be allowed under my PGBP. But also notice the fact that even though I am having AR lower than ER, it does not affect my PGBP. It affects only my HP. So that is how the allocations will work. You can also capitalize. $60,000. Yes. Hey, by the way, don't forget the fact that the interest is still outstanding for the current year. So current year interest also has to be granted, both under HP and under. Keep that once again also in mind. Yes, I think this was your subsequent question in your mock number 3. Had you noticed your book carefully, you would have found all answers here itself. Mr. Lalit is a dealer in shares and securities and has entered the following transactions during the previous year 24-25. The person has received a motor car of 5 lakh rupees as gift from his friend Sunil on the occasion of his marriage anniversary. Taxable, not taxable? Not taxable. Not taxable. Yes. Most of the papers I corrected had it wrong. Motor car is not a specified movable asset. Cash gift of 21,000 each from 4 of his friends. Taxable, not taxable? I don't know why people don't read English. It clearly says each. Pata nahi, people are writing 21,000 less than 50, therefore not taxable, not taxable. 21,000 each diya hua hai, which becomes 84,000. Which becomes 84,000, fully taxable. Land at Jaipur on 1st July 24 as a gift from his friend Kabra. The stamp value of the property is given as 6 lakh rupees on that date. So I got a land at free gift when the stamp duty value was 6 lakh rupees. Land was acquired by Kabra in 1-2 for 2 lakh rupees. 1-2 for 2 lakh rupees. People, I've told you already, when it comes to IFOS, if you are not going to tax the gift, then cost of acquisition for you is cost of previous owner. But here is a land given by a friend, which is not covered in exceptions, and therefore this becomes taxable in the hands of Lalit, and therefore this 6 lakh is fully taxable under the head IFOS. People, the moment 6 lakh you paid tax under IFOS, this became your cost of acquisition. Therefore this data is not important. IFOS will become 6 lakh. My cost of acquisition is also 6 lakhs. Agreed? Agreed. Move forward. Mr. Lalit is purchasing from his friend Mr. Abhishek, who is also dealer in shares, 1000 shares of ABC Limited at 400 rupees each on 19th June 2024. The fair market value of which is given as 600 rupees each on that date. Lalit has sold these shares in the course of his business on 23rd June. People, Lalit has received shares from his friend at a price of 400, which he should have received at 600, which means he received a gift. Taxable under the head PGBP. Taxable under the head PGBP. Read the last line. It says compute the income chargeable under IFOS and capital gains, which means this information is golden rule number 4. You are a dealer in shares, which means whatever shares you receive is a stock in trade. Gifts received from stock in trade is taxable under. We are asked for only. Further, on 1st November 24, Lalit has taken possession of his residential house, which is booked by him 2 years back at 20 lakh rupees. So he took some possession of a property which he booked at 20 lakh rupees. Stamp duty value on the property on the date of booking is on the date of acquisition is 32 lakhs, but on the date of booking is 24 lakhs. People, I will take SDV on the date of transfer, but I can take on the date of agreement if I receive advance by permissible modes. I received 1 lakh, I paid 1 lakh rupees by account pay check on the down payment date, which means I paid permissible modes. SDV becomes 24 lakhs. I paid 20 lakhs. Therefore, I got inadequate consideration profit. I have a gift now of 4 lakh rupees, taxable under the head. IFOS. Yes. 600 minus 400. 600 minus 400. 600 is what I should have received for. 400 is what I received for. 200 will become taxable under PGBP gifts. That time you will take it as 600 because you've already paid tax on 200, no? Same. He received a shop of fair market value 1,50,000 and cash 50,000 in distribution from ABC Private Limited at the time of liquidation of the company in proportion of his share capital. People, liquidation game we discussed. When it comes to liquidation, whatever money you receive, it gets split into two. Some portion of the money goes to dividends, some portion goes to capital gains. Dividends will be to the extent the company has Accumulated profits. So notice I have received 1,50,000 plus 50. Totally I received 2 lakh rupees. At the time of liquidation, the balance in the general company reserve to the share capital was 1,25,000, which means out of the 1,50,000 which I received, 1,25,000 pertains to dividends. Balance 25 goes to capital gains. But before you do that, people, let's also check how much is my shareholding in the company. Have they mentioned what is my shareholding in the company? No. Which means assumption is I am a 100% shareholder. If they had given proportionate, I would have proportionated profits. I would have proportionated profits, and therefore out of 2 lakhs people, 1,25,000 will be taxable under IFOS. The balance 75 will be taxable under capital gains. For this capital gains, people, the cost of acquisition has been given to you. Has it been given to you? You should have given to you, no? They have not told you the price at which you bought the shares. Why? Sorry? Man, this is a different thing. You are getting liquidation proceeds. Why would you be in dealer in shares for liquidation proceeds? You are not receiving anything? No. Nothing is mentioned, which means the assumption is full 75,000 is capital gains. There is no cost of acquisition. There is no cost of acquisition. Next, on 1st March 25, he decided to sell the plot of land at Jaipur for 8 lakh rupees. People, what Jaipur plot are we talking about? Point number 3. Now, if you notice point number 3, I got this plot for free, on which I pay tax under IFOS. Therefore, I got my cost of acquisition as 6 lakhs. I sold it for 8 lakhs. People, my period of holding starts from, will it start from previous owner or current owner? Start from current owner. Current owner is 1st July. Current owner sold it on 1st March 25, which means within 24 months. And therefore, this is short-term capital gains. My short-term capital gains will be 8 lakhs minus, which is, I have an STCG now of 2 lakhs. I have an STCG of 2 lakhs. The value of cost inflation indexes are given to you. Relevant, not relevant? Not relevant, because my asset is taken as per current date. There is no inflation indexes. There is no inflation indexes. This is what your income from other sources and capital gains will look like. Yes, yes, yes. When I told you that I'll be discussing the paper, I won't be discussing it from the paper. I'll be discussing from here. क्या? किसमें? If that is the case, I would have given marks accordingly. क्या? क्या? Question number 4. You are required to compute the total income and tax liability of Anup, a resident individual, for the assessment year 25-26 from the following information shown in the P&L account. You are ignoring provisions of 115BA. They want total income and tax payables, but question says alternate tax regime. Yes, the net profit is given as 8,40,000. This is your depreciation debited in books is 1,05,000. Add to PGBP. Your falling incomes are credited in P&L account. Interest on notified government securities 32,000. It's there in the P&L. There in the P&L, should not be there. Therefore, minus from PGBP and exempt interest. This is, people, this is an income, and the wording says notified government. What will government notify? What will government notify? That it is exempt. This is exempt from tax. Dividend from foreign company 28,000. Remove from, take it to. Third one, gold chain worth 78,000 received as gift from his mother. People, this is there in P&L first. Then, very good, relative, exempt, relative, and therefore exempt. Interest on loan amounting to 82,000 was paid in respect of a capital of 8,20,000 borrowed for the purchase of plant and machinery, which has been put to use on 12th April 2025. People, in my P&L, there is an interest on loan. There is an interest on loan of 82,000, which is taken for a machinery. The machinery which has been put to use on 12th April 25. 12th April 25 is next year. Therefore, very good. The whole interest needs to get capitalized to the asset. The whole interest needs to get capitalized to the asset. This is borrowing cost. This is borrowing cost. Interest until the asset is put to use will get Capitalize. People, now I've capitalized this. Can I claim depreciation? Why? No depreciation because put to use from next year. You can only claim depreciation from the year in which it is put to use. From the year in which it is put to use, and therefore no depreciation in the current year. Simply disallow and keep it. Disallow and keep it. Correct. Yes. Move forward. General expenses includes an expenditure of 18,500 which is paid by bearer check. People, bearer check. Permissible, not permissible. Therefore, disallow. Compensation of 4,500 paid to an employee for terminating his services in business unit. I have an employee which I am terminating service. I am paying him compensation of 4,500. Okay, not okay? Okay. Therefore, no problem here. No problem here. Unless the question would have showed voluntary retirement compensation, it would have been allowed over. Therefore, I would have disallowed 4/5 of it. I would have disallowed 4/5 of it because 1/5 anyway is claimable. 1/5 is anyway claimable. So watch out for the fact that it's VRS or not. Yes. Move forward. Additional information is given to you. There is a depreciation allowable under income tax for 1,16,000 without considering the plant and machinery depreciation referred in 4 above. People, they have not taken the plant and machinery depreciation. Correct? Not correct? Correct. Because anyway you are not getting. Therefore, number allowed is 1,16,000. He has contributed the following amounts by check. By check. 48,000 in Sukanya Samriddhi scheme. 80. C. 23,000 to clean Ganga fund by central government. 80G. Category A. 80G. Category A. 28,000 towards premium for health insurance and 2,500 for preventive health checkup for self and wife. 80. D. This is 80D health insurance. People, look at my age. My age is 55. I can only claim 25,000. Next, I have 35,000 for medical expenses of father aged 82 years. No insurance taken for the father. People, no insurance taken. Therefore, expenses allowed. Expenses allowed. Allowed deduction. Full 35 because I can claim maximum. This is what the answer is. Yes. The only reason I gave you this question is for you to understand the fact that when income tax says notified government securities, it is exempt. It is exempt. Pay attention to that. Yes, everything else you already know. Clear? Yes. Question number 5. गाना पता तो है तुम लोग को, कितना स्लो करोगे? वो लास्ट में आएगा. I have good questions for writing. Mrs. Babu is working as a journalist with ABC Limited and has provided you the following information. You are required to compute the total income. They are asking you to compute the total income, ignoring the provisions of 115 BAC. Looking at the facts, people, I have a basic salary of 25,000 per month, taxable under. I have DA 50% as forming part, taxable for full 100%. Employer's contribution to RPF is 30. Sorry, own contribution to RPF is 80C. Employer's contribution to RPF is 20% of basic salary. Again, 12% of salary is allowable. It's like I said, people. It's like I said. ICI sometimes does not have creativity, and therefore the same question keeps repeating multiple times. Yes, adjustment numbers will change. Adjustment numbers will change, but mota moti answers will be same. Yes, yes. Interest credit and RPF number also they will not change. See, 5,500 is taxable. Yes. Next, arrears of rent received from ABC Limited. I will tax under after allowing 30% ka standard deduction. After allowing 30% ka standard deduction. Next, received an interest of 10,000 from Axis Bank savings account during the year and an interest of 12,040 from debentures of Coal India Limited. I am taxable under OS. I am taxable under OS for both, but here is a problem, people. I am noticing the word used is received. The word used is received, which means TDS may come. TDS may come. I am telling you for 10,000, it doesn't look like TDS will come because looks like a good number. Yes, but looking at 1240 people, looking at 1240, let's reverse work and see if that number is better. 13,377 people. Apo, this looks better. Let's assume no TDS. Let's assume no TDS. Yes, people, it's all about you writing assumptions. It's all about you writing assumptions. As long as you write an assumption saying, we are assuming there is, your answer will be right. Your answer will be right. Unless and until they itself come and say within bracket net, or they use the word net of TDS, then you can't make those assumptions. Yes, blanket information, you do whatever you want, both are right. Whatever makes you a round off number, that is the right answer. That is the right answer. She made a payment through check 12,500 for Mediclaim insurance policy for her major daughter. Why? Very good. When it comes to 80D, it is self, spouse, dependent children. It is self, spouse, and dependent children. Major daughter becomes not eligible. Becomes not eligible. People, no dependency criteria for child is only in 80C. Is not in 80D. Yes, the boxes is the criteria. She has contributed 1,196 per month towards National Pension Scheme. 80. 80? Very good. This is 80 CCD. Amount, people, 1196 into 12. 14,352. I am permitted up to 50,000. I am permitted up to 50,000 and therefore 14,352, not a problem. Allowed full year's deduction. 5,000 is towards Sukanya Samriddhi scheme. This is 80C for 60,000. This is 80C for 60,000. Yeah, that you can claim separately. But notice, people, that you can only claim 80 TTA for the savings account. You can't claim it for debentures. Yes, that thing you have to keep in mind. Next, ABC Limited has taken residential house of Mrs. Babu as company's guest house and later purchased from her in the year 23 at a market value of 75 lakhs. Purchase cost was only 10 lakhs in April 2011. People, I took a guest house from some Babu and later on bought the guest house also. Later on bought the guest house also in 2023 at a market value of 75 lakhs where the purchase cost was only 10 lakh rupees. क्या करना? Nothing, ignore information. Last year's data not relevant. This was not my mistake, this was ICA's mistake. This was ICA's mistake. When ICA was copy pasting from somewhere else, they by mistakenly put 1 year before. They by mistakenly put 1 year before. Suggested answers, person who was writing said, I will do what is given, and therefore he said ignore information. Therefore he said ignore information. So we are also. During August 2024, Mrs. Babu has lost her gold chain and a diamond ring which she had purchased in 2011 for 1,13,000 and the market value of these two items are 2,50,000. She received a compensation of 2,75,000 during Feb 2025. People, I had a gold chain and a diamond thing which I bought for 1,13,000. That was lost in fire and therefore I paid a claim. During putting off my claim, it was 2,50,000, but I got 2,75,000. What should I take as my consideration? 2,75,000. People, market value is not relevant. What I receive is more criteria. I received 2,75,000. I purchased for 1,13,000. Therefore, 1 lakh. Long term, short term. This is 2011. This is 2011. Therefore, it is long term capital gains. Yes, the only thing to be kept in mind, people, is that do you get indexation? Don't get indexation. Don't get indexation because it is after 23rd July. After 23rd July. Now comes the question. Because it is after 23rd July, should you do 20% with indexation, 12.5 without indexation? Nope. That is only for immobile property. That is only for immobile property. It is not for any other assets. It is not for any other assets. We wrote there very clearly saying that is only for immobile properties. This is a jewelry. Therefore, here it is always as per new provisions. It is always as per new provisions. You can't do new or old, whichever is better. That is only for immobile properties, which means indexation numbers given here is not relevant. Is not relevant. This was actually relevant until last year when I was reading this question, but now it is not relevant because of your new laws. So therefore, good for you. Yes, until last year we used to do indexation on this also, because obviously May 2018 ka question people have been carrying forward for that many years. Yes. Okay, we are going to start doing questions now. सब एग्जाम के पूछे हुए क्वेश्चंस ही है. सेक्शन बी का मतलब क्या है? Yes, we are looking at question number 6 people. It says Mr. Murari is a resident individual aged 48 years and is provided consultancy services in the field of accountancy. Income and expenditure details are given to you. People, how many questions do we have?
6.
We have 6, huh? Okay, then we are not doing this question, people. This I think you have done. Yes, look at the question. It says 48 years consultancy services, field of accounting, income and expenditure accounts given to you. Ignoring the information, going to the last, it says required to compute total income, tax liability, assuming person is shifting out. Always check first for age. Age is below 60, therefore I am moving forward. Looking on the right side, starting with consultancy fee, 8 lakh rupees. Check for people here. You don't have an hold back. There is presumptive mandatory here. You can't let go of presumptive because number itself shows is 8 lakh rupees. For those who did not get marks, it was because you did not do presumptive taxation. Luckily in this question, your normal will be lower. And therefore you were safe. But it is not always going to happen that way. Definitely will not happen in my mocks. In my mocks, you will see presumptive you are going to miss, and presumptive will be the lowest answer. Yes, which means I will take the number straightforward, strike off the whole PGBP, because your final answer is कुछ भी नहीं मिलेगा उसके लिए, कुछ भी नहीं मिलेगा. Yes, next. You have share of profit from HUF people, 25,000 rupees. This is to be minus from and exempt. Very good. Share of profit of HUF is exempt from taxes. Interest on savings bank account is given as 15,000 rupees. You will minus from, take to, also claim 80 TTA to a maximum of 10,000. Rupees will be claimed as deduction. Interest on income tax refund is given to you, minus in. People, here I don't need to check for additional information because the heading itself says, which means this will be the correct answer. Had they used the word income tax refund, I would have folded back, because then I'll have to check for additional information as to how much is principal and how much is interest. Therefore, I'm taking it as OS directly because the wordings used is interest on this. Clear? Yes. Move forward. On the left side, I have salaries. Taken, not taken. Relevant, not relevant. Motor car expenses, not relevant. Depreciation, add back in my PGBP. Medical expenses is 70,000. Let it go. Purchase of computer. Blunt stupidity happened in tests. This is to be disallowed fully. Somewhere in the bottom I gave you 10,000 alone is paid by cash, and everyone is like 10,000 kali disallow kar do. People, the whole expense is capital. Therefore, nothing to be allowed. You didn't have to worry about the cash. You had to worry about the capex. Focus. Then bonus is 10,000 rupees. Ignore. General expenses. Ignore. Office and administrative. Ignore. Excess of income or expenditure is your starting point. Yes. The following information is given to you. Salary includes a payment to 12,000 to brother-in-law who is in charge of marketing department. Similar comparison of business. Reasonable salary is only 10,000 rupees. I will. अब करोगे सब. This is not a related party. Brother-in-law is not a related party. There can never be unreasonable payments to your spouse side. ये कॉमेडी में सिखाया था उस समय. Yes. So it is never to be disallowed. Amount remains as it is. Amount remains as it is. Brother-in-law is not a relative, and therefore any payment made to him, even if it is above market value, does not matter. Move forward. I have interest on savings bank deposit belonging to wife who has deposited the money out of pocket money given to her every month. People, the savings bank number which I see here is now being confirmed as not my money. It's being confirmed as my wife's money based on the pocket money I gave to her. क्या करना है इसका? Exempt. This is exempt because it is taxable for wife. It is taxable for wife. Now you can make an alternate assumption, people, where you can come and say I only gave her pocket money, so therefore clubbing in my hands. Therefore clubbing in my hands. You can make that assumption, but it is not right because this is her pocket money. Pocket money basically itself means you are giving her money for her services. For her services, which means there is no. That's how pocket money works. घर का काम करने के लिए. घर का काम करने के लिए. Money given to her for her घर का काम basically. हाँ, उसी को पॉकेट मनी बोलते हैं और क्या बोलते हैं? Yes. अपनी बीवी से लेगा तू. कर ली रे शादी, अब क्या ठरक तेरे को? Yes, people, if it's money given to your own spouse for services like home activities and everything, then technically she's earned that money. There is nothing called inadequate consideration here. This is not coming from the act, people. It's coming from a case law. It's coming from a case law. One Supreme Court judgment came and said we call it pin money. We don't call it pocket money in English. We call it pin money. Supreme Court had come and clarified saying when a pin money is given to your spouse, that is technically not a transfer of money. That is not technically transfer of money. This is actually given for her services, and therefore it is taxable in her hands, which means corresponding clubbing will also not apply. Corresponding clubbing will also not apply. You can make whatever assumptions you want. Both were correct. It's okay. Next, return on value of the assets are given to you. Motor car 40% is used for personal purposes, 2 lakh rupees. People, this is the return on value, which means I need to do depreciation at the rate of 15% into 60% only. But people, the moment I see this, I have to now go back and check my table because I have a motor car expense. Where is it? Yes, I have a motor car expense in which I have to now disallow 40% of the expense. I will now have to disallow 40% of the expense because personal in nature. That's what I said, people. Sometimes linkings will be there multiple places. Be careful. Next, I have furniture and fittings 50,000 rupees to be allowed at 10% rate depreciation. Medical expenses are given to you. Family planning expenditure is 15,000 for employees who are revenue in nature. Only for disallowed fully because not allowed for individuals, allowed for companies. Allowed for companies. I told you when we wrote the book, when it comes to family planning expenses for CA inter syllabus, it is fully disallowed. For CA inter syllabus, it is fully disallowed. So you just had to disallow it. You just had to disallow it. Next, medical expenses paid for the father is 35,000. Father is 65 years. People, this is a personal expense. Disallow under PGBP. Claim as 80D deduction. Claim as 80D deduction. Next, the computer which was purchased on 5th June was taken on credit, where the invoice was paid as follows. I first paid 18,000 as down payment on the date of purchase. With me, one shot I paid 10,000 rupees. Second, the remaining amount was paid by account pay check on 10th August 24. Now people, you have already disallowed the full computer, which means now you are supposed to claim depreciation. And depreciation rules also come and say that when you have paid more than 10,000 by non-permissible modes, that part of the cost will be ignored from the computation. That part of the cost will be ignored from the computation, which means 18,000 worth of expense cannot be taken for depreciation purposes. Cannot be taken for depreciation purposes. I will take depreciation only on at the rate of 40%. At the rate of 40% is my depreciation claim. It's my depreciation claim. Is this clear? Is this clear? Yes. Yes. Next. The bonus was paid on 31st October 25. People, when you get an adjustment with a date which is not pertaining to current year, there is only one section which applies, which is 43B, which comes and says when you have an expense which you don't pay before due date of return filing, it gets disallowed. My due date of return filing is 31st October. This is paid on 31st October, which means, therefore, so what? 31st July is only for presumptive. If you're doing presumptive, no adjustment to make itself. If you're not doing presumptive, you have to mandatory maintain books and get them. Due date of audit becomes 31st. Due date of return filing in case of audit is 31st. Understand, people, you only have 2 days for exam. If you're doing presumptive, it is 31st July. If you're not doing presumptive, it is 31st October. If you were anyway doing presumptive, none of this is relevant, because I would have directly taken 8 lakhs. I would have directly taken 8 lakhs. None of this I would have done. None of this I would have done. Yes or no? Yes. So people, for your exam, there is only one due date, 31st October. That is what the idea is. Keep that in mind. Nothing will get allowed. Madam, you can claim chapter 6A. That and all is allowed. General expenses include commission payment of 22,000 to Mr. Sridhar for promotion of business without deduction of tax at source. People, the moment you see this word without deduction of tax at source, nothing else to do but to disallow 30% of the expense. But to disallow 30% of the expense. But now that you have done TDS along with me, people, there is one thing which you need to keep in mind. I told you that when it comes to hijacker, you will only do TDS under hijacker when your last year's turnover is more than 1 crore for business and 50 lakhs for profession. Notice this person, no, current year itself his turnover is 8 lakhs. Current year itself his turnover is 8 lakhs, which means last year also definitely it was less than 1 crore. Less than 1 crore. Sorry, it's accountancy. So less than 50 lakhs. When last year also his turnover is less than 50 lakhs, technically no TDS was applicable, which means you can make 2 assumptions here. One, you can assume saying no TDS will apply, therefore ignore information. Option number 2, you can come and say TDS will apply because the question says it should have applied, and therefore you can disallow 30%. No matter what you do, both are correct. It doesn't matter. Next, he also received gold coins from a family friend on the occasion of his marriage anniversary on 5th December. Market value of the coins are given as 55,000. People always, like I told, first check whether it is part of P&L. Do I see? No. If it is not part of P&L, no adjustment to make in PGBP. Then come to IFOS. IFOS rule number 1, check for asset. Is it an asset? Yes, gold coins are an asset. Rule number 2, check for exception. Marriage anniversary, not an exception. Friend, not an exception. Rule number 3, check for limits, which is 50,000. This is 55, therefore taxable under the head IFOS. Taxable under the head IFOS. Jewelry. Medical expense was broken into 2. I had 15,000 and 35,000. 15,000 got disallowed for family expense and 35 got disallowed for father personal expenses. The difference of that will be assumed as normal business expense for your employees. Yes, yes. Now people, after you do all this, please bear in mind, because you have chosen presumptive also, you need to do what to do with presumptive. So it's 8 lakhs into 50%, which is 4 lakh rupees. Which is 4 lakh rupees. Let's check what has happened in this question, people. After I computed my PGBP, if you notice, my PGBP number came as 2,77,400. My presumptive was 4 lakh rupees, which means 277 is better. 277 better. Therefore, they proceeded forward with this. Had presumptive been better, you should have chosen for presumptive. Here is where things will go wrong. That one line carries 8 marks. Which means if presumptive ends up being lower and you have done your whole PGBP also, that one line will cause 8 marks for you. Because the whole PGBP is wrong after that. One thing which I want you to bear in mind is, people, presumptive only tells you what your PGBP is. It does not change what your other heads is, which means other heads will remain as it is. Chapter 6A will remain as it is. Only thing which changes is PGBP with the presumptives. Don't make the mistake of telling your presumptive as your total income. It is not your total income. It is your PGBP income. 50 lakhs. Clear? Yes. You can match your answer with this, people. Question number 7. One of the most stupidest questions ever got in exam, and therefore I have put it here. Yes, absolutely useless question. One of the most easiest question, but one of the most stupidest question I've ever seen in exams. Look at the question. It says Madhavan is a finance manager in Star Private Limited. He's a employee. He's an employee. The company gives him a salary of 30,000 rupees per month. He owns 2 houses, one of which has been let out to his employer. So I have a house which I have let out to my, who has in turn provided it to him as RFA. So I have a house. I have given it to my boss and told him, you give it back to me as house. You give it back to me as house so that you can call it RFA. Now, for those who are thinking, Rahul, maybe he's done it because there is a brilliant tax strategy. This is absolutely stupid. This is absolutely stupid, because if you think about this carefully, people, I have given a house to my boss. For me, it's an LOP, which means I have to pay tax under HP. He has given me RFA, which means for me it is salary perk. So technically on the same house, I'm now paying 3 times tax. People, if it was my own house, I would have called it SOP. I am having 0 here. I'm having 0 here. But now, on the contrary, I'm having LOP also, RFA also. जहाँ पे 0 देना था, loss आना है मेरे को SOP का. Where I should have gotten loss from SOP, I am technically now getting income from HP and salary perk also. And salary perk also. This was basically ICAI's way of asking multiple heads in the same question. Since they wanted to test multiple heads, this is the best way they thought, without realizing how can you go stupid. Yes. Now the problem with you all, you're sitting in exam hall and thinking, Rahul, itna kiya hai to matlab pakka kuch hoga tax strategy. Something definitely he's going to break tax and he's going to do this, he's going to do that. You are thinking there in exam. वहां पे ऐसे बैठे वो लग रही है. Yes, stupidest question, people. Who in turn has provided him as RFA. Following details are given to you in respect of both the houses. In respect of both the houses, 2 houses are given to you. One is house 1 and one is house 2. House 1 ka they've given you facts: fair rent, actual rent, municipal value, municipal tax, paid some repairs, which is not allowed because it is let out property. Insurance premium on building, not allowed because let out property. Ground rent is 7,000, not allowed because let out property. Nature of occupation, let out to Star Private Limited, which means this is the house which has been let out to you. This is the house which is let out to you. Now people, when you do RFA, what is the rule? 10% of salary or higher charges, whichever is lower. Your higher charges is nothing but money which you are getting. People, this is your higher charges. No, where is actual rent? This is your higher charges. Correct? No. Yes or no? Yes. But if you think about this carefully, I'm doing HP first. Municipal value or parent, whichever is higher. Therefore, 75. Do I have standard rent? No. So forget standard rent. Actual rent, whichever is higher. 75 versus 65 is, which means under HP I will pay tax on. I lessed out for. I am giving house to my own boss for a rent lower than what government wants. So then government is saying, pay more tax. Then when I do RFA, the rent which I got 65,000 will be my perk value. So which means under HP I'll pay tax on 75. Under RFA I'll pay tax on 60. Yes, sir. Yes. There is no interest on loan also. There is no interest on loan. People, read the question, you will get it. Yes, house number 2, people, 1,95,000 or 2,85,000, whichever is, 1,95,000 versus 1,90,000, whichever is higher. Therefore, 1,95,000 versus actual rent, whichever is higher, and therefore again 2,85,000. So when I'm giving to outside people, I'm a good assessee. Municipal tax is 70,000, therefore claimed as deduction. Repairs are ignored. Insurance is ignored. Ground rent is ignored. This is also let out. Notice now bottom, no. It says 17,000 was paid as interest on loan by mortgaging house 1 for construction of house 2. Basically interest is for house 2, not for house. So matlab house 1 mein nothing is there. Interest is for house 2. So you will get this deduction under house 2. Nothing for house That's all is happening. Nothing is happening. During the previous year, Madhavan has purchased a rural agricultural land for 2,50,000, stamp value is 3 lakh rupees. People, I got a land for 2,50,000 when I should have got it for 3 lakhs. Taxable under the head. Not taxable. Not taxable. Not taxable. Exempt from tax. Exempt from tax is the answer. Is the answer. Now, one thing to notice, people, is that they have given me my salary also. 30,000 per month. So I need to find out my RFA. My RFA. What is my RFA, people? RFA is 10% of salary, which is 10% of 3,60,000, or 65,000 into 12, whichever is high, whichever is lower. Whichever is lower. 65,000 into 12 will become. Oh, it's a full year. Sorry. Okay, so it's a full year. Therefore, it is 36,000 or 65, whichever is lower. Therefore, I will tax 36,000. I will tax 36,000. Now, people, if you honestly come and ask me, this would have been a potential good strategy. This would have been a potential good strategy had your LOP made a loss. Yes, because you would have had your own property. If you're doing nothing with the property, then it is okay. But if that property would have had a loss, you could have gone to your boss and come and said, sir, I would like to give it out to you because I will get interest on loan. I will therefore have a HP loss. And if you notice RFA, I'm only taxing the salary. So therefore, net, I would have saved my money. Net, I would have saved my money. Only makes sense when you had interest on LOP loan. With no LOP loan interest, you are actually paying double of what you were supposed to. Double of what you were supposed to. Because it's your own property, people. Had you lived in the property, SOP would have been 0. Now that you're not living in the property, you're now paying LOP income and also being taxed for RFA income, which both could have been avoided. So strategies like these sometimes work when you use your brains and not brains, both of them. Yes, you know there are two brains, right? People have brains. If you know, you know. मेरे को पता नहीं allowed है. Yes. Question number 8. Easy questions, people. Easy questions. Look at this question. I only am giving it for 2 adjustments. So we are focusing on those adjustments. Let's see if you're able to answer those adjustments. It says you're required to compute the total income of Radhika, resident individual, 37 years, and the tax payable of Radhika as well. Data is given to you as follows. There is a winnings from TV game show 77,000. Net number is given to you, which means this number is after of, which means this number is 70%. This number is 70%. I want my taxable number. 1,10,000. This is my winnings, taxable under IFOS, taxable under IFOS for a tax rate of. Next, gift received from father's brother. Think. Me, my spouse, my siblings, my parents siblings, my parents, my kids, my spouse siblings, my spouse parents, my spouse grandparents, my father's brother is covered, my father-in-law's brother is not covered. This is exempt. This is exempt. Gift received from Archita, her close friend, 80,000. Close friend. ऐसे खून का रिश्ता. Sister from another mother. अंशिता ही धोखा देती है, मैं बता रहा हूं. Interest on capital received from TV and Co partnership firm in which she is a partner at the rate of 15%. 12%. क्या करना क्या इसमें? क्या होगा? 12%. People, here is the issue. Here is the issue. You know the provisions, you don't know how to apply it. Listen. You know the issue, you don't know how to apply it. People, first of all, notice who are you. Notice who are you. Are you the firm or are you the partner? I am the partner. 12% is the amount allowed for firm, therefore taxable for partner. Because it is allowed for the firm, it is taxable for the partner. If it is taxable for the partner, it is exempt for the what is allowed for the firm is taxable for the partner. What is taxable for the firm is exempt for the partner. Now, here is a case where I am saying interest on capital is provided. Firm could have claimed only 12%. So, partner is going to be taxed only for 12%. Partner has received 15%. Partner will tax only 4,50,000 is 15%. Tell me what is 12%? 3,60,000. Yes, yes. This works in weird ways, people. Therefore, I told you first focus on who are you. Had this question been from a firm, this 3,60,000 would have been claimed as a deduction. Because it is from the hands of partner. It is taxable for that extent. Yes or no? Yes. This is one of the other favorite adjustments of ICI, where ICI will give you interest on capital received by the partner. This much number, you need to tax only 12%, or they'll give you salary received by the partner 4 lakhs. As per the partnership deed, he could have only got 3 lakhs, in which case I will tax only 3 lakhs, which means whatever extra I got, I will exempt it off. Yes or no? Yes. This is what I wanted to pay attention on, people. Rent received from a vacant plot of land, 3,03,300. This is very good. This is IFOS, but the problem is there is net, meaning there is a TDS on this. People, if you don't know the rate, it is 3,37,000 becomes a number. Yes, this is section 194I. We will be discussing in subsequent classes. Section 194I also comes and says you will get a TDS at the rate of 10% on all renting of properties. Vacant land. There is no house. Amount received from Lime Private Limited for a house in Delhi, in which she had in negotiations for enhanced rent 3 years back. This has not been taxed in any earlier years. However, the house is not available because it has been sold off in March 2024, which is previous year. This is taxable under the head HP. Very good. 2,85,000 is the taxable income, but I have to claim. Number becomes 199,500. Yes or no? Yes. This was the next thing I wanted you to check. Next one. Amount received under Keyman insurance policy, 4,35,000. PGBP taxable. You can tax either under PGBP or IFOS. It doesn't matter. The answer remains the same. Next. Amount forfeited by her for a vacant plot since the buyer could not finalize the deal, 3,10,000. This is advance forfeiture. Taxable in the year of forfeiture after 2014. This is current year forfeiture, taxable under IFOS. Donations given in cash to a charitable trust registered under 12AB, 22,000. Because very good. This is 80G, but not allowed as deduction because paid in cash exceeding 2,000 rupees. People, exceeding 2,000 rupees. Now, can you claim deduction for 2,000? Can't claim 2,000 also. She owns agricultural lands at Dhaka, Bangladesh. She has derived agricultural income of 5,20,000. Fully taxable because asset is outside India. No partial integration on this. Partial integration is only for India agriculture income. Public Provident Fund name in the paid in the name of minor daughter, 1,25,000. 80C. PPF is allowed for family also. Interest credit in PPF account during the year 50,900. Exempt. 9.5% rule is only there for RPF. Any other provident funds, it is fully exempt. I told you people, when we did PF, I told you every case it is coming triple E model, exempt model, except for RPF where it is exempt only up to 9.5%. Next, share of profits received from the partnership firm 1,50,000, exempt from tax. क्या फर्क पड़ता है, एग्जाम ही है ना माँ. पीएफ अकाउंट, व्हाट डिड आई टेल यू, एक्सेप्ट फॉर आरपीएफ व्हेन यू कंट्रीब्यूट. बात तो वही है Tanish. When you come to PF, what does it say? Employer's contribution exempt, employee's contribution exempt, interest on employer exempt, interest on employee. क्या क्लब करेगा तू? 0. Point number 8 कहाँ है? Amount forfeited for vacant plot. We discuss when it comes to advance forfeiture. You need to check whether the forfeiture is before 2014 or after 2014. This is after 2014. After 2014 says it is taxable under the head in the year of forfeiture. No forfeiture year given. Assuming it is forfeited, it will be reduced from cost of acquisition of capital gains. Yes. That is ATC only, but in ATC 2 items are allowed for family: life insurance and PFs. Break, huh? Let's take. Following up on question number 9, people. Yes, following up on question number 9, we're looking at what is the case. I think this is the question which you had for your mocks as well. Yes, question number 9 says, Mr. Krishna is age 65 years. I have a person with an age 65 years, a furniture manufacturer, and has reported income of 5,64,44,700 rupees, which means person is super rich, person is super amir, and therefore will be liable for a surcharge at the rate of 37% under alternate and 25 under DTR. 25 under DTR. The following details are given to you, people. We need to look at the items and tell me whether it should be allowed or not allowed. Again, people, it's given in English template, so therefore let's pay attention. Yes. First one says debits. Debits means all your expenses. First item says 20,000 was paid to Gurudwara registered under 80G of the Income Tax Act to be used, in cases where no cash, no checks are accepted. So I have paid 20,000 to Gurudwara in cash. First of all, from PGB perspective, this is payment to Gurudwara, not relating to. Therefore, this is allowed under PGBP. Coming to 80G, people. Coming to 80G, the question says you have paid cash because checks are not allowed. Because checks are not allowed. Genuine reason, ingenuine reason. Not a genuine reason, not allowed. Nowhere doesn't mention in 80G that you can allow exemption on genuine cases. It says less than 2,000 allowed, more than 2,000 not allowed. It doesn't matter whether you are allowed, not allowed, it doesn't care. Anyway, point number 2. It says 48,000 contributed to a university, approved and notified under 3512 for scientific research. People, this is a donation to scientific research. I told you, if it comes to ATR, allowed. If it comes to DTR. So let's check, people, what does the question want? Question wants compute total income taxable payable, ignore 115 BAC, meaning they want, therefore, ignoring fact. Therefore, ignoring fact. Next, interest paid 1,67,000 on loan taken for the purchase of e-vehicle on 15th May 2022 from a bank. The e-vehicle was purchased for personal use of his wife. People, under PGBP, this is allowed because personal use, but because this is interest on loan for an e-vehicle, you have 80 EEB. You have 80 EEB for 1,50,000. For 1,50,000 as a deduction. Next, his firm has purchased timber under a forest lease of 20 lakhs for the purpose of business. People, this is for the purpose of business, therefore ignoring information. Yes, as you discuss with me subsequently, people, you'll get something called TCS at the rate of 2.5% on this. You'll get TCS at the rate of 2.5% on this. Not relevant. I am just explaining to you. We'll discuss later. Next, you have credits now. People, credits are all your incomes. Either you ignore or you reduce. It says income of 4 lakh rupees from royalty on patents which are registered under Patent Act received from different resident clients. No TDS was deducted by any of these clients. I have received income from royalty. The royalty is on patent. People, royalty has, one is books, one is inventions. Books is QQB, inventions is RRB. This is RRB. Maximum first remove from PGBP, take to IFOS, come to 80 RRB for a deduction of 3 lakhs. Come to 80 RRB for a deduction of 3 lakhs. Yes, you have a maximum deduction only of 3 lakhs in that. Maximum of 3 lakhs in that. Next, he received 3 lakhs from a debtor which was written off as bad debt in 2021. People, this one is very, very critical. Pay attention properly. It says there is a person to whom you have a 3 lakhs ka debt which has been written off as bad in 2021, which means you have claimed bad debts. You have claimed bad debts. Amount due from the debtor was actually 5 lakh rupees, out of which 3 lakhs was only allowed as deduction while computing the income. So that year, people, I wanted to claim 5. Officer gave me 3. Officer did not give me 2, which means I've already offered to tax 2 lakhs. Current year I've received 3 lakhs. Current year I've received 3 lakhs. You will go to the officer and come and say, sir, out of 3 lakhs, I already paid tax of 2 lakhs on it. So which means I will current year only offer 1 lakh. I will current year only offer 1 lakh. People, if I'm ready to offer only 1 lakh, my P&L is having 3 lakhs. I want to offer, I will have to. That is what the answer is. That is what the answer is. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, that is how you have to interpret things properly, people. Yes, pay attention to this one. I am assuming most of you made a mistake here. Careful. He sold some furniture to his brother for 7 lakh rupees. Fair market value of the furniture is 9 lakhs. I sold something to my brother for 7, which I should have sold for 9. Income tax will say ignore. Income tax will say ignore. Why, people? 48(2) only applies for expenses, does not apply for incomes. We discussed about it. Yes, when it comes to 48(2), 2 rules to be satisfied. There should be a relative, it should be an expense. Any other items, ignore it off. Other informations are given to you, people. Depreciation in books of accounts is computed by applying the rates as per income tax. So they're saying I'm doing income tax depreciation only as per accounts also, which means no information, directly ignore. Next, Mr. Krishna has purchased a new car on 12 lakh rupees on 1st September 24, put to use the same into business on the same day. However, no depreciation for the same on the car has been taken in the books of accounts, which means whatever depreciation you have done is without car. Can you claim car depreciation? Yes, you're allowed depreciation for 12 lakhs into 15%. 12 lakhs into 15%, you can claim as deduction. Next, it says Krishna has sold a house on 30th March 22 and deposited the long-term capital gains of 25 lakhs in CGAS before the due date of return filing for that year. So that year, people, had a long-term capital gains on which I claimed a full exemption because I put it in CGS. I'm going to buy a house. Section 54. Rules of Section 54 come and say if you have put money in CGS, you have to use the money within 1 year before or 2 years after the date of transfer if you are purchasing, or 3 years for the date of construction. The person has done that. On 1st April 25, on 1st March 25, he sold another house in which he resides for 1 crore. So he had a second house which he sold for 1 crore. He then earned a long-term capital gain of 50 lakhs on this property. Now notice, people, carefully, this 25 lakhs does not pertain to current year. Forget it off. But the 50 lakhs which you have pertains to current year because current year it was sold. So this has to be taxed in current year. On 25 March 2025, he withdrew the money which is there in capital gains account and has invested 1 lakh for the construction of one house. So now what has he done, people, is that current year I have 50 lakhs. I had to put this money in a new house. Have I done that? Yes, 1 crore I've deposited. 1 crore I've deposited. People, how much I should have deposited for my current? 50 lakhs. I've deposited 1 crore, more than what I should do. Therefore, current year capital gains fully exempt. Look at that 25 lakhs. People, I put that money in 20. Which year is it? 30th March 2022. I have 3 years. So 23, 24, 25, which means 31st March 25, I should have put this money in a house. How much money? 25 lakhs. People, current year I invested 1 crore. In that 1 crore, 50 was from current year's house. 25 was from previous year's house. Adu tavara I have extra included more 25 lakhs, which means technically for both the houses I have invested in the new house. All conditions, which means fully exempt. Which means fully exempt. So current year 50 lakhs you will put as capital gains and then show 50 lakhs as exemption because I have fully invested. Past years I would have already claimed an exemption. I only was required to invest the money, which also I have done, which means no further implications. People had this question come and said that I've only invested 25 lakhs, for example. I've only invested 25 lakhs. What would happen? Current year capital gains, I would say 50 lakhs, 25 lakhs only invested, 25 lakhs taxable. Past year 25 lakhs, I have not invested itself. 3 years are lapsed and therefore that 25 lakhs will become taxable in the current year. That is how it happens, people. And for those who remember, when I did 54, I told you, you should buy only one house, but there is no restriction on how many you sell. So I sold 2 houses, I bought 1 house. Perfectly fine. Selling 1 house and buying 2 houses only allowed if your LTCG is less than 2 crores. Yes or no? So I have no restrictions here. Everything gets exempted here. Clear? Yes. Mr. Krishna has made the following payments during the previous year 24-25. I've made a lump sum premium payment of 30,000 rupees on 30th March 25 for medical policy taken on self and spouse. Policy is effective from 30th March 25 to 9th March 2030. People, when it comes to medical policies, I told when you pay lump sum, you will have to allocate it to multiple years. But that allocation does not happen based on the period. It happens based on previous years. Even one day in that previous year is consumed as a full year. People, I first made the payment on 30th March 25. So I will include 24-25, 25-26, 26-27, 27-28, 28-29, 29-30. There are 6 years here. While the policy is effectively active only for 5 years. Because it is not starting on 1st April. You will effectively have 1 year getting added extra. And therefore it is now active for 6 years. I will allocate this 30,000 over 6 years, which means every year I get 5,000 ka claim. Second, people, I have paid 8,000 in preventive health checkup for self and spouse in cash. I can only claim. So 5k extra gets added here. Total deduction is 10,000 under 80D. This is what the section says. Clear? Yes. 2 reasons why I gave you this question, people. One for that sale of furniture. Second is for this point. When you get a lump sum premium payments, please ensure that lump sum premium payment is happening on 1st April. If it is happening on 1st April, then you'll take the same amount of years. But if it's happening anywhere after 1st April or before 1st April, 1 extra year will get added for the purpose of computation. Because you're looking at effective previous years. Clear, not clear? Yes. I think we have 2 more questions, correct? Yes, we're solving 2 more questions. Let's solve these 2 questions, people. It says, Dr. Rohan is aged 82 years, resident surgeon, having his nursing home in Mumbai, and has given you the following data. People, pay attention to the fact that this person is a super senior citizen and the person is running a nursing home. Without looking into the facts, people, I'm going bottom. The bottom says, you are required to compute the total income and the tax payable of him as per regular provisions of the Act, assuming he is opting out of default tax regime. Second says, what will be his total income if he opts for the provisions of 44 ADA? Will it be more beneficial to opt for 44 ADA? 44 ADA is presumptive taxation. So they are asking you, first do normal, then do presumptive. Tell me which one is better. Yes. Now, the question is a little complex, people, because if you notice the question again, it shows receipts and payments account. We need to prepare the P&L. Or we can directly prepare PGBP and other heads. Let's look at the items one by one. You tell me what to take, what to ignore. First item says opening balance. I am ignoring the opening balance. Fees from visits to other hospitals, 5,85,000 net. Net means TDS. People, you don't know the rate. Rate is 10%, which means this number is 90%. I want 10%. So this will get added to PGBP as 6,50,000. Yes. Next, fees for the month of March 24 is received in April 24. is received in April 24. It is 1,10,000. It is 1,10,000. People, March 24 payment received in April. Question is whether should I take or not take. It will depend on whether I'm following cash basis or mercantile basis. Let's come down and check. The question says he keeps his books of accounts on cash basis. He keeps his books of accounts on cash basis, which now then brings the question, can I tax this 1,10,000? Yes, this becomes taxable because it is received in the current year, which means I would have not offered to tax last year. I would have not offered to tax last year. Next, I have some entertainment expenses. I have some entertainment expenses called IPD and OPD. I have no idea what it is, but it is a receipt. Why is it a receipt? Okay, let's assume it's a receipt. Let's just assume it's a receipt. I'm not sure why is it a receipt. It's claimed as deduction. Okay, maybe my mistake, people. This number is on the right side. Yes, we are moving it right side. This is not part of receipt statement. It's part of expense payment statement.Maybe my mistake, when I formatted it, would have gone wrong. Yes, I'll correct it in the next edition. But yes, 1,10,000 to be moved to the right side. So I'm ignoring it right now. The fees is pertaining to IPD and OPD. Yes, entertainment expenses on the right side, people. The fees of March 24 received in April 24 is 40,000 for IPD and 45,000 for OPD. Is 45,000 for OPD, which means this 85,000 will now become taxable as PGBP. Next, dividends from shares. Net number is 18,900. Again, people, net number given to you. I have TDS. I am going to tax 21,000. Next, fees received during the year is 10,25,000. This is also next is fees received during the year is 10,25,000. This is also PGBP, fully taxable. Fees of PGBP, fully taxable. Gifts received from relatives of patient, 45,000. Fully taxable. It's not your relatives, people. It's patient's relatives. Patient's relatives are not your relatives. Technically, this is illegal. I'm a doctor. I'm not supposed to receive gifts just for saving patients. Yes, this is a illegal gratification, fully taxable. Next, why have they given you the gifts? Because honorarium for painting services in Jai Hind Art School, 22,500. I'm a doctor also. I'm a painter also. I've done some paintings. This is taxable under IFRS. Again, people, given in net number 25,000. Next, income tax refund including interest of 1,500. People, total refund is 12,100, but in that interest is only 1,500. I'm going to tax in OS. I'm going to tax 1,500 in OS. Yes. On the right side, I have salary to staff, allowed, not allowed. Allowed under PGBP. Taxes and insurance, allowed. People, they have not mentioned whether it is direct taxes. So I'm assuming it is indirect taxes, and indirect taxes is allowed as deduction. Entertainment allowance expenses allowed as deduction. Sorry. You don't know what entertainment is. Unless and until they tell it's personal, you assume it is. Purchase of television, allow depreciation at the rate of 15%. Allow depreciation at the rate of 15%. Gift given to daughter-in-law. People, this is not gift received, this is gift given. This is an expense. Question to you, business expense, non-business expense. Ignore. Interest on loan taken for repairs of house property, 65,000. Take it under HP up to a maximum of 30,000. If you see the question is SOP, if the question becomes LOP, I will allow the whole thing. The only reason I'm telling it as 30,000 is because I don't see a receipt. Therefore, I'm assuming SOP. Next, personal medical expenses. I will claim 80D I will claim 80D. I am a senior citizen. I will check the question, people. If the question has medical insurance, I will ignore it off. But if the question does not have medical insurance, I am allowed for 80D. Next, deposit in PPF, 80C. Very good. Next, nursing home expenses, 3,75,000. Normal business expense, therefore allowed in PGBP. Allowed in PGBP. Professional fees paid for consulting services, again allowed in PGBP. Purchase of furniture at home, ignore. This is a home furniture. This is a home furniture. Personal expenses, namle personal irukku. Balance carried forward, ignore. Yes, he has kept his books on cash basis. That is what we have done. Salary includes 60,000 paid to his sister who's qualified nurse, paid in cash. People, the salary which I've paid 3,50,000, in which 60,000 is paid by cash. Allowed, not allowed? Not allowed because exceeding 10,000. Exceeding 10,000, which means I will ignore 60,000, people. Yes, people, I can't disallow because I'm only doing direct method. So when I claim salary deduction, I'll ignore 60,000 in that salary. Next, entertainment expenses include 25,000 for dinner to doctors in a 5-star hotel. Why? People, I would make an assumption this is a business expense. I would make an assumption it's a business expense. I'm a hospital. It's my job to keep my employees happy. My doctors are my employees and therefore allowed as deduction. People, had this been consultants, like random doctors, I'm taking them, then it would not be allowed because I told you Indian Medical Council comes and clarifies any freebies given to any doctors are illegal payments and not allowed. This is my own doctors, therefore it is natural for me to give him dinners. Not a problem. Although 25,000 is a bit too much, but okay. Interest on loan for repairs to property includes 40,000 for his residential property. People, now I have a problem. If you notice carefully, first I told interest on loan repairs to property 65. In which they are clarifying only 40 is pertaining to residential, which means 25 pertains to business only. So I can't claim the whole thing as a deduction. I will then have to split this now. In 65, how much is house? 40 is house. So in that 60, people, I'm going to split. 40K will go to house property and 25K will go to business. In this, people, 40K will get denied and you will get only 30,000. 40K will get denied and you get 30,000 because that is what interest on loan for repairs are eligible for. Yes. Next, what else do I have? His daughter-in-law earned an income of 10,000 rupees from the amount received as gift. I gave some daughter-in-law gift of 60,000 rupees in which she has earned 10,000 rupees. People, this is very good. When it comes to clubbing provisions, it says either gift given to spouse or son's wife. All incomes will be clubbed in the hands of person who earns it. The only problem is it says has earned 10,000 rupees from the amount received as gift. Earned income from where is not given. Therefore, I'll assume this is IFOS. It just says income, people. I don't know which head to put under, and there is only one garbage. Fixed assets value on 1st April are given to you. Nursing home expenses 2,20,000, allowed for a depreciation of 15%. People, when it's my stock in trade, it's 15% only. It should become a really important thing for government. In a medical company, there is nothing important because that is their normal equipment. Therefore, it is 15%. Medical books, including annual publications of 10,000, is 35,000. Allow 40%. 40,000 is 40%. Television purchase for nursing home purposes on 21st September was put to use on 3rd October. People, before you jump and say after Gandhi Jayanti, let's check. In October, how many days do we have? We have not used it for 1st and 2nd. So we used it from October for 29 days. 29 days for October, check balance. November is 30 days. 29, 30, 31, 31, 28, 31. Total becomes 180 exactly. 180. People, this is 100% allowed as deduction. It is 180 or more, people. It is 180 or more. Therefore, 100% allowed as deduction, which means what we did earlier was also correct only. correct only. Yes, people, like I told you in classes also, Gandhi Jayanti is the best estimate, but 3rd October is also taken into consideration because that is exactly 180 days. 180 days. So keep that one thing alone in mind, people. When it's very close, always check. Next, he has donated 10,000 rupees to PM Cares Fund on 15th August 24. People, just like this, it is given means it is not there in PGBP. When it is not there in PGBP, nothing to do directly. ATG, category number A. Category number A. This is what the question is. Additional Q? Clear? Yes. That is what we're doing, people. Let's do the question of. Let's do मतलब क्या होता है? Go ahead. Computation of total income of Dr. Rohan for the assessment year 25-26. For the assessment year 25-26 under alternate tax regime. People, there is one small hint which I always give to students, and I leave it to your choice whether you want to do it or not. When a question has age more than 60, it is always better you note down somewhere. Because you'll make mistakes. Yes. So what I do is always I complete my heading. Next line right side end. Mention age hyphen 82 years. So that every time you do a question, people, you can quickly refer on the top, and if the top comes and says it is a senior citizen, you will properly do it. Yes. Otherwise, you'll have to keep referring your question and you may go wrong. So it's always better to mention this off. Yes. Particulars. 3 columns. Particulars and 3 columns. Shall we? Yes. Income from house property. Like I told you in earlier classes also, people, you cannot skip the format. HP comes first, PGBP comes later. There were some people in mocks who tried PGBP first, then went to OS, then did HP and all. I gave you marks this time. Will not happen in exams. Will definitely not happen in mocks. I will strike it off straightforward. Yes, it is always HP first. Under HP, people, you don't have LOP, you directly have SOP. So under HP, you will say interest on loan for repairs. Hyphen number is 40,000 in the particulars itself. 40,000 restricted to, and directly in the last column number is minus 30,000. You see how I'm writing it, people? Yes, in the particulars I'm mentioning what I have, but then I'm also mentioning what I can claim. Yes, so it is interest on loan hyphen 40,000 restricted to, in the last column, 30,000. Because I'm going for ATR, people, this loss can be set off. Had I gone for DTR, I would have ignored this off completely, because if you can't set off against HP income, the loss will permanently lapse. Because I'm doing ATR, I'm permitted for this. Can we go forward? Point number 2, PGBP. People, we are doing direct method. We don't have net profit. We're doing direct method. Yes. So on the heading is PGBP. Next line is receipts. Yes. Put out all my receipts, people. Put a hyphen. Put fees from other hospitals. Open bracket, number is first column. Open brackets, number is 585 by 90%. 585 by 90%. First column number becomes 6,50,000. Next line, people, what do I see? Fees of March received during the year. Fees of March received during the year. First column number is 85,000. People, I moved entertainment to the right side. Fees for March received in April is 85,000. People, the IPD and OPD is part of the fees only. The IPD and OPD, they are mentioning that it's fees of March received in April. Fees of March received in April. So therefore 85,000 in first column. Next. Fees received during the year is 10,25,000. Again first column. 10,25,000. Next. Gift from relatives of patients. Gifts from relative of patients on the first column again is 45,000. It is 45,000. 45,000. Yes. Before you start writing payments, people, before you start writing payments, let's check additional information if there is any more pluses. In additional information, do I have any more pluses in PGBP? No pluses in PGBP. Total the receipt side, put it in the next second column. Put the total in the second column number is 18,05,000. 18,05,000. Yes. Next line says less payments. Next line says less payments. Less payments. Under that first item is salary to staff. Salary to staff. Open brackets. 3,50,000 minus 60,000 paid in cash. It's 3,50,000 minus 60 paid in cash, which is 2,90,000. Which is 2,90,000. Clear? Yes. With this, I'm done with additional information number 2 also, people. I am then going forward. I have taxes and insurance. I have taxes and insurance. First number is 26,000. 26,000. Look at what other I have. Nursing home expenses. Nursing home expenses. Oh yeah, sorry, we're taking entertainment from that side. So entertainment expenses. We have entertainment expenses. First column is 1,10,000. 1,10,000. Next. Nursing home expenses 3,75,000. Was there any facts about nursing home expenses? No, right? No. Nursing home expenses was 3,75,000. Next. Professional fees paid for consulting. Professional fees paid for consulting 1,20,000. 1,20,000. Yes, done. Anything else in the table? There is one item in the table, people. Interest on loan is there. Check repairs. We split into 2. We had split repairs into 2, so therefore there is interest on loan for repairs 25,000. 25,000. Done. Anything else from the table? No. Let's check bottom. I have nothing. The only thing left is depreciation. So next line is less depreciation. We'll start from the top, people. Do you have any depreciation? Yes. First item I'm seeing is televisions. Do I have an opening balance for televisions? No. So therefore directly televisions. Television hyphen 48,000 into 15%. 48,000 into 15%. Anything from the top? Furnitures I see. No, furnitures is for home, so therefore ignored. Yes. Anything else from the table? No. Coming to the bottom, what else do I have from the additional information? I have nursing home equipments. I have nursing home equipments into 15%. Into 15%. So 2,20,000 into 15% will give me 33,000. Will give me 33,000. Next, I have medical books. 35,000 into 40%. क्या हो गया? 35,000 into 40%. Then I have laptops for 40,000 into 40 percentage. 40,000 into 40 percentage. Number is 16,000. Total my depreciation. My depreciation becomes 70200. Yes. Put it in my first column. Total my payments. I don't know, you check. All the payments. Oh god. Okay. People, 2,90,000 for salary to staff. Check. 2,90,000 for salary to staff. 26,000 for taxes and insurance. 1,10,000 for entertainment expenses. I have 25,000 for interest on loan. 3,75,000 for nursing home expenses. 1,20,000 for professional fees and depreciation, whatever you got right now. 25 is for interest on loan. Yes. Done. Give me the final PGBP.
7,88,800.
7,88,800. This number goes to my last column. Next question. Let's finish question number 1 first. Done, people. This is my PGBP. Let's move to. Do I have any CG in this question? No. Move to IFOS. Move to IFOS. Under IFOS, point number 1. Dividend from shares. Dividend from shares. Open bracket number is 18,900 by 90 percentage. Gets me 21,000. Gets me 21,000. Second column. Yes, point number 2. Honorarium of paintings. Honorarium of paintings. It is 22,500 by 90 percentage. 25,000. 25,000. Next line says, nope, it is not income tax refund. It is interest on income tax refund. Do not mention it as income tax refund. That is wrong. It is interest on income tax refund. Number is 1,500. 1,500. Do I have any OS in the bottom? Yes. Income earned by daughter-in-law. IFOS, income earned by daughter-in-law. Income earned by daughter-in-law hyphen clubbed in the hands of Mr. Rohan, Dr. Rohan. Clubbed in the hands of Dr. Rohan. Clubbed in the hands of Dr. Rohan. Anything else? Good to go. Total the number, bring it to the last column. Where does it show it? Minor child. Daughter-in-law, शादी शुदा है वो. 57,500. Done. Total my last column. 8. GTI becomes 816,300. GTI is 816,300. Yes, less. Chapter 6A. Less chapter 6A deductions. Less chapter 6A deductions. What do I have? Have I paid anything from the top? Yes, I have here ATC. Point number 1, ATC. Point number 1, ATC hyphen PPF. Point number C. Point number A, ATC PPF. Number is directly second column 55. Second column 55. Next. Point number B, ATD. Point number B, ATD. Medical expenses. Medical expenses. Second column number is. Second column number is. Very good. Your age is more than 60. Your age is more than 60. Therefore, 50,000. Your choice. Yes. Yes. But here, people, here is the thing. Nothing is mentioned about insurance. You're claiming this on the assumption that there is. You have to mention that fact. To mention that fact. Personal medical expenses you have written hyphen assumed Dr. Rohan has no medical insurance. तभी तो claim कर पाएगा. Assumed Dr. Rohan has no medical insurance. People, this has to be written because if there was a medical insurance, I could not have claimed this. The only problem is in this question, they don't know what the insurance is. So I'm making an assumption, he doesn't get it. And it's a genuine assumption to make people because the guy is 82. So no company is going to give it to him otherwise. Yes. So, but the fact is you have to mention this. After ATD, people, I have ATG. I have ATG. Point number C. ATG hyphen PM Cares Fund. Hyphen PM Cares Fund. Second column number becomes 10,000 rupees. Second column number becomes 10,000. Quickly check, people. IFOS, do I have any interest income? Do I have any interest income in IFOS? Check your books. Nahin? Good. Go forward. Total the number, bring it to last column. $1,15,000, giving me a total income of, giving me a TI of 7,01,300. Giving me a TI of 7,01,300. Look at the question, people. What does the question want? Question wants tax also. Question wants tax also. Go forward. Tax on the first 5 lakhs is, tax on the first 5 lakhs is table देख, read the heading, page turn कर, page turn कर, age क्या लिखा है? Told you, people, the reason I'm writing you age is because your slab changes. For the first person with a senior citizen, super senior citizen, your first slab is 0 to 5 lakhs, number becomes 0. Remaining will be at the rate of 20%.
40,260.
Remaining at the rate of 20%, 40 to 60. Add, says, get me an answer. Add, says, final answer becomes 41,870. You can never have decimals in income tax. Decimals get rounded off immediately. 870 is your answer to question number 1. Yes. Now notice this question carefully, people. The question says they are asking you the total income and tax payable. They are not asking tax liability. There is a difference between liability and payable. Liability means what I am supposed to compute. Payable means what is left off. And therefore here you will also have to reduce all your, let's reduce all your TDS credits. Yes, my tax liability you got, people, 41,870 less TDS. People, where and all do I see TDS? I have dividends and honorarium. Yes, I have dividends and honorarium. Less. That is also there. Yes. So point number A, less TDS. Point number A, section 194 मैं बता रहा हूँ, लिखो. Less TDS. Under that, point number A, section 194 hyphen dividends. Section 194 hyphen dividends. People, dividends का TDS. पर 21,000 and 18,900 का डिफरेंस. 2,500 कहाँ से आएगा? मैं डिविडेंड people 21 minus 8,900 people 2,100. Hey, if you have confusion, take 21,000 and multiply by 10%. 2,100. 2,100. Done. Point number B, section 194, capital J. People don't write capital. Capital is understood. Section 194J. Section 194J. Add both the numbers and do 10%. Professional services. 6,50,000 plus 25,000 into 10%. Into 10% is. Acha, okay. TDS is. I thought you did the total. 67,500 is your TDS. 67,500 is your TDS. Total the TDS. 69,600. Total the TDS 69,600. This is reduced from your tax liability, arriving at a tax payable of minus 27,730. Arriving at a tax payable of 27,730. This is what I told you people earlier also. If you have paid more also, does not mean that you lose the money. If you go and report to the income tax department that, sir, see, my tax payable is showing negative, they will refund this excess to you. You have to report it. If you report this much, they'll give it to you. If you don't report this much also, you are stupid. They are not giving it back. Had you filed a return where you had come and said, no, tax payable is 0, where you say, they will give 0. They will keep the balance. So when you prepare a statement, the statement should come and say how much I want back. And here is a case where I'm getting back 27,730. This is what the answer is. Are you clear? Yes. This is your answer to point number 1, people. There is a point number 2 in this question, which says, now nothing is going to change in the question except for one item, which is PGBP. Yes. So I don't need to recompute the whole thing, people. What I'm going to do, I'm going to compute as per PGBP and check whichever is lower, because they don't want me to find the tax, people. What are they asking? What will be his total income? Oh, acha, they want tax payable also. Huh? Yeah. Yes. So we'll have to do tax payable also, people, unfortunately, but okay, no worries. Let's first figure out. The point is very simple, people. The moment you know your PGBP income, and if you compare this with your first answer, if presumptive is showing higher, you can straightforward come and say, do whatever you have done. You don't need to change it. So let's first find out what is my presumptive income. Yes, next one comes and says, if Dr. Rohan opts for presumptive. If Dr. Rohan opts for presumptive. Now, people, presumptive says it is 50% of your turnover. Now, you need to look at your items and tell me what and all is your turnover. People, if I'm looking on the left side, I have fees from visits of other patients. Is it my turnover? Yes. So this is taking into consideration. Then I have 85,000. This is my turnover. Yes. This is also taken into consideration. Then I have fees for payments received during the year, 10,25,000. Is it my turnover? Yes. Now, people, this is my turnovers. Apart from this, if you notice, there is something called gift received from patients. People, is that my turnover or is my perquisites? Is it my turnover? No. So I'm not taking that into consideration. Any other things you put on receipt side? No. 4 items you put. Take the total of the 3. 17 lakh? Should be different. You should get 18 lakh 5,000. What is missing? Check. Okay. So your receipts were showing 18 lakh 5, is it? Your receipts are showing 18 lakh 5, is it? Check your table. Is your receipt showing 18 lakh 5,000? They have made an assumption it is 50% of the total receipts. Yes. Although people, if you come and ask me, I would not agree to it. I would definitely not agree to it because a gift is not a gross receipt. A gift is not a gross receipt. It's a perk. It's a perk. We don't include it in my P&L statement as such. Yes. But TK, for the sake of their benefits, presumptive is what? 50% of 18 lakh 5,000, which becomes 9 lakh 2,500. 9 lakh 2,500. Now people check your PGBP here versus your PGBP there. There it is 7 lakh 88,800. Here it's 9 lakh 2,500. It is 9 lakh 2,500. Yes or no? Yes or no? People, if you are using your head properly, you would choose normal computation. You'll choose normal computation. If I have to answer this in a single shot, people, without wasting any more time, what can I do? I can take my total income as it is and I can say increase in income because of presumptive and take my answer directly. You can easily do that rather than putting the whole statement once again, which makes no sense. Yes or no? Yes. So we'll do presumptive income is 9 lakh 2,500. Next line says additional income. Next line says additional income if opting for presumptive. Additional income if opting for presumptive. People, what and all am I comparing? I'm comparing my PGBP as per normal and PGBP as per presumptive. My additional income is 1 lakh 13,700. Understand, people, my PGBP as per normal is 7 lakh something. My PGBP as per presumptive is 9 lakh something. So I'm checking the difference of those two. Which is 1 lakh 13,700. People, because of opting for presumptive, is anything else going to change? No. So next line comes and says total income as per normal provisions. Total income as per normal provisions. Add additional income. Next line, add additional income on opting presumptive. Add additional income on opting presumptive 1 lakh 13,700. 13,700. Therefore, total is 8 lakh 15,000. This heading is called total income after considering presumptive provisions, or you can say 44 ADA. You can call it as total income as per 44 ADA. Total income as per 44 ADA. Notice carefully, people, what I've done. I've taken my income as per normal. The only change in the income as per normal and presumptive is my PGBP is changing. In my normal, I already have a PGBP of 7 lakhs. In my presumptive, I need to have a PGBP of 9 lakhs. So whatever extra I have, that alone I've included. The moment I did that, my new total income is 8 lakh 15,000. You can compute the tax easily. Same logic, people. Compute tax for the first 5 lakhs nil. For the first 5 lakhs it is nil. For the balance 20%, 16, 63,000. Add cess 65,520 minus TDS. People, I already have the total of TDS, just put it directly. Four 080. People, plus or minus? This is minus 4080. This is minus 4080. Think about this, people. If I choose normal, I get a refund of 27,000. If I choose presumptive, I get a refund of 4080. If you are stupid, go for presumptive. But we are consultants. So we will write conclusion. It is beneficial for Dr. Rohan. It is beneficial for Dr. Rohan to compute PGBP as per normal provisions. It is recommended for Dr. Rohan to compute PGVP as per normal provisions. As per normal provisions. That's it. Yes, yes, yes. Be consulting, people. Be consulting. That is what the answer would be. That is what the answer would be. Clear enough, people? Yes or no? Yes. This was one question which came very weirdly in November 22. Yes. The IPD, OPD and all, some weird names and all they start using. Yes. People get intimidated. Don't get intimidated. Nothing else. Clear? Yes. Last question is what I am doing, people. One of the best questions I've ever seen in exams. This is what I tell is a chartered accountant level question. Yes. But has never been tested after this ever. So we are going to look at it carefully. Yes. November 20 question, people. Question says, and read this carefully. Read this carefully. You're going to act as a C along with me. Yes. Question says, Mr. Mukesh is born on 1st April 1965 and has furnished his original return for 25-26 on 30th July 25. People, as a CA, at every stage you will come and ask yourself, is he doing right? Is he doing right? Use your professional skepticism. Yes. Now, 25-26 return has been filed on 30th July 25, which is within time. 31st July is my due date. He has filed it on 30th July 25, which means he's done everything proper. Yes. He has shown salary income of 7.3 lakhs computed and has an interest on savings account of 12,700 rupees with an FD of 43,000 rupees. With an FD of 43,000. So they've given us breakup. Salary given, FD given, savings given. The person has also claimed a deduction of ATC of 1.5 lakhs. Okay, not okay? Okay. He has also claimed an 80D deduction of 25,000. Okay, not okay? Okay, whatever. He has also claimed a deduction under 80 TTA for 10,000 rupees. Okay, not okay? Because, very good. Very good. People, start of the syllabus, when we started rates of taxes, the first question I asked you, when a person is 1st April, when a person has his birthday on 1st April, he is assumed to have completed the age on 31st March. He is assumed to have completed the age on 31st March, which means on 1st April 1965, the guy is 60 years, which means he has touched senior citizenship. He has touched senior citizenship, which means something is wrong. Something is wrong. This guy has claimed 80 TTA of 10,000 rupees. Now, people, you are consultants. You don't start jumping. You only tell it is wrong. You only tell it is wrong. So, as of now, I'm holding back. I'm letting him do what he wants. People, as a consultant, we only are responsible for post-mortem job. So, we let him make mistakes so that if you understood, you understood. Yes, yes. Now, he has employer who has deducted TDS of 33,950 from his salary, which has been adjusted fully against tax payable. So, they're saying the person has TDS, which is adjusted against his tax payable fully, meaning he has a refund of 0. He has a refund of 0. Let's check how does it happen, people. Let's check how does it happen. I am giving you facts. What are my facts? I have a salary 7,30,000. I have interest, some savings and some FD. Savings is 12,700 and FD is 43,000. Any other incomes? No. Total the number. Get me my GTI. 785,700. Now I am going to compute what he did. I don't want to know what is right. I want to know what he did first of all. Yes. So he has claimed some ATC for 1,50,000. He has claimed some 80D for 25,000. This guy has also computed 80 TTA for 10,000, which at the first instance I can tell you is wrong, because senior citizen, he has savings and FD both. He could have claimed 50. But he has claimed 10,000. Okay, something has happened. What is my TI? 600,700. 600,700 is my total income. Yes. Now, question says the person has paid tax, which has been adjusted against TDS, meaning he has paid tax of 33,950. 33,950. Now, somewhere in my head, I'm thinking he has claimed 80 TTA, which means he thinks he is a normal citizen, which means on a guess level, I would assume that he's computed tax also as per normal. That is what I'm guessing. I may be wrong, but let's check. Let's check. So I'm checking people what happens if we do as per normal. So which means for the first 2.5 lakhs tax is 0. For the next 2.5 lakhs tax is 12,500 because assuming he is normal, what is left? 1,07,700 in 20% becomes 2140, totaling the number to 32,640, adding a cess becomes 33,950. Yes or no? People, this number is linking somewhere. Which means Mukesh thinks he is a normal citizen. Which means Mukesh thinks he's a normal citizen, and this guy, assuming that he's a normal citizen, has also filed a return off. Now, if you think about this carefully, people, he has filed his return already, reported to government 33,950, TDS of 33,950, tax of 0. Government is giving him nothing back. Because he's filed his return. Agreed, not agreed? Agreed, not agreed? No. This is where you're not a CA. People understand, return is filed on 30th July. And you know return has mistakes. You are allowed to file before 31st December, which means after July, this guy is now going to approach you. And tell you that yes, I filed my return. This is my statement. You're going to look at the statement and say, sir, you have reported tax of 33,950. No problem, sir. No issues. Timeline 31st December. Let me tell you what and all mistakes you have made and correct your mistakes. That is what is going to happen, people. Let's think about this carefully. So my TDS is 33,950. Therefore, my tax as per this is 0. Now, this is as per his return. Yes. Now, because he's approached you, people, will you just like that tell him, sir, this is a mistake and go forward? No. You will ask him extra facts. You will try to collate the data. Yes. The collation of data is given in point number 2. If you look at para 2 will now tell you what the data is. Look at the data, people. It says the person has paid health insurance premium of 38,000 by account pay check for self and wife. People, for self and wife, I paid medical insurance of 38. Notice carefully, this guy claimed something is wrong. He was eligible up to 50, which means here also the same mistake happened. The guy assumed he is normal citizen and claimed only 25, which means now the problem is not just with TTA. Problem is also with ATD. Agreed, not agreed? Yes. So I'm only jotting down, people. I'm jotting down what and all mistakes has happened. I'm jotting down whatever mistakes happened so that I can put out a list and give it to him so that I can earn money. Yes or no? Yes, this is my rightful money, people. I'm spending efforts on this. Next, the person has also paid 1,500 rupees in cash for the health checkup and 4,000 by check for preventive health checkup of his parents. Person has paid preventive health checkup now. He has paid 1,500 for himself. Now, people, if he assumed 25,000, okay, I admit 1,500 he would have missed out, because anyway total was 25,000. But notice carefully, this person has also paid 4,000 for his parents. Hey, even if you are normal citizen, parents was a different bucket. You could have anyway claimed 4,500, which is also missing. Which means this guy has made an assumption that for everyone put together you can only claim 25, which itself is wrong. Agreed, not agreed? So I have now found mistake number 3. Mistake number 1, not claimed TTB. Mistake number 2, not claimed self deduction for 50,000. Mistake number 3, parents have been missed out. Yes or no? Read further facts. The person has also paid medical insurance premium of 33,000 to ensure the health of his mother, whose age 80 years, which is staying with her younger brother. I am assuming, people, the guy has made an assumption saying because the mother is living with younger brother, deduction will be claimed by. I don't get deduction because she is not dependent on me. Tell me, dependency not a criteria, which means this also missed out. Agreed, not agreed? Yes. Next, he further incurred a medical expenditure of 25,000 on his father, who's 81 years and is staying with him. Father is not covered under Mediclaim policy. People, father is staying with him. Father is dependent on him. This expense should have been claimed, which also did not claim, because maybe he made an assumption saying you can only claim Insurance, you can't claim. Expenses, you can't claim expenses. He is seeking your advice about the possibility of filing a revised return, and if possible to file his revised return. Analyze the narrated facts as per the provisions of the act. Does he need to file a revised return? Yes. And for what reasons? And for what reasons? Please advise him suitably, and if required, recompute his income and tell him what is his income tax payable and income tax refund. Income tax refund. So which means now you have been approached as a CA and they are telling you, boss, this is the statement, you tell me what is correct. You tell me what is correct. Now we as a CA now has to correct everything. Let's start correcting things, people. Hey, any change in salaries? No change in salary. Salary remains the same. So salary remains at 7,30,000. Now I am saying what is my correct analysis? What is my correct analysis? Correct. People, anything changing in savings and interest? No. So this becomes 12,700. This becomes 43,000. My total is remaining at 785,700. People, any changes in ATC? No. ATC remains at 1,50,000. Looking at ATD, people. Looking at ATD, some things are going wrong. Let's look at what and all has happened. I have paid 38,000 for self, which is allowed as deduction. What else have I paid? I paid 1,500 by cash. Okay, not okay? Okay, I can claim 1,500 because preventive health checkup can be paid by cash. Apart from that, people have paid 4,000 by check for parents. People, can I claim 4,000 for parents? No, I can only claim 3,500 because overall restriction of. So I'm claiming an extra 3,500 for my parents. Next, he has also paid medical premium of 33,000 to ensure the health of his mother. Allowed, not allowed? Allowed. So 33,000 also allowed for mother. And then he has further incurred medical expenses of 25,000 for father. Allowed, not allowed? Allowed. People, these are my total allowances. Total the numbers. 39,500. Here it is. 61,500. Question to you, can I claim 61,500? No, I can't claim 61,500. It becomes 50,000, giving me a total claim of. Hey, everyone is clear till here? Sure. Okay. So I am coming and saying I have an ATD of 89,500 right now. Leaving me with 80 TTB. I should have claimed an 80 TTB because I am a senior citizen. People, my total interest is 43 plus 12. 55,700. I can claim 50,000 as a deduction, giving me a total income of 4,96,200. This is my revised income. People, with my revised income being 4,96,200, one thing is fairly clear. My first 2.5 is 0. For the balance, I have 5% rate. For the first 3 lakhs, it is 0. For the next 2 lakhs, I don't have to do. I have to only do 1,96,200 at the rate of 5%. Number becomes 9810. My total tax becomes 9810. Adding a, I claim a rebate of 9810. Just because I start, you don't conclude. Number becomes 0. People, my tax is now 0. But notice I have paid a TDS of, which will come back to me fully as refund. Notice, without any efforts, the person has jumped from a tax payable of 33,000 to refund of 33,000. Yes, a person who reported to government that his tax payable is 33,950 now is reporting that he wants some money back of 33,950. Yes or no? Yes. People, if I have to achieve this, I need to file a before 25. I'll have to file a revised return before 31st December 25. If I do that, this money comes back to the client as a refund. Beautiful scheme. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. And nothing illegal here. Only one mistake the person did. He did not understand his age properly. He does not understand his age properly, and the reason is very simple, because it was never in the act. It was mentioned by a circular. It was mentioned by a circular, which only CS would know. Which only CS would know. So here is a question where you need to mention things, people. First, do you have to file a revised return? Why and all is the question first. Reason number one, because he is achieved an age of 60 years. Reason number two, he claimed 80 TTA instead of 80 TTB. Reason number three, he claimed 80D only for 25 and he is eligible for 89,500. Reason number four, this 89,500 also has expenses of parents which he has not claimed as reduction. Reason number five, he has computed taxes based on 2.5 lakhs where he can get 3 lakhs. Answering all these 5 illustrations will give you a refund of 33,950, and therefore the person may file a revised return claiming a refund of 33,950. However, this has to be done before 31st 2020. This is a consultant question.